Hello, and thank you for listening in today to my series, You've Been Found Guilty, Now What? White-Collar Sentencing Options. Today we're going to discuss medication availability. It's only natural to be concerned because should you be taking prescription medications, you're going to be wondering if your medications are going to be available. Generic medications in the Federal Bureau of Prisons are available through a three-tier structure. And the Federal Bureau of Prisons is going to rely on the pre-sentence report to determine what medications you get. So before the sentencing hearing was the pre-sentence interview. At that point in time, before the pre-sentence interview, is when you and your attorney have reviewed all the medications you're taking and compared it to the formulary list that the Federal Bureau of Prisons has online to determine if your medications will be available. And this is pretty important. Next, we're going to go into the difference between the three different tiers of the formulary. But before that, generic medications, whether you're in prison or here on the outside, each medication comes from a variety of different manufacturers. And so therefore, one generic medication, even though it's from different manufacturers, is the same drug. And they can differ in size, shape, and color. And therefore, a heads up from your legal team ahead of time can make this a less stressful event. And I bring this up because there was one medication I was taking, and I had a tough time getting it. Whereas if the attorney for me had let me know this ahead of time that it was available, but that it was a non-formulary drug, and we had to bring it up ahead of time, it would have saved me several weeks of aggravation or stress or just concern. So on formulary. The on-formulary drugs, once you've determined before the pre-sentence interview and the sentencing hearing that the drug is available through the Federal Bureau of Prisons, likely you're going to get it when you come into the Federal Bureau, when you come into the prison. Should you not have checked this, or maybe you are not self-surrendering to the prison, then you have to wait until you see medical, be it a doctor, physician assistant, or nurse practitioner, until you're evaluated. On formulary, though, means it's immediately available. Non-formulary, though, is another story. Here, the Federal Bureau of Prisons discourages staff, pharmacists, doctors, medical staff, from prescribing these particular drugs. In turn, there's a lengthy pre-authorization waiting period to get them. Should this be an issue for you, your own attorney needs to connect with your treating physician long before the pre-sentence interview to get either get a letter in writing, video deposition, something so that you don't have to go through this 6-month waiting period to get the medications you've been on for a long period of time. Next, the third tier, the three-tier process, the drugs are just not available. Here, again, your attorney before the pre-sentence interview needs to consult with your treating physician to see if there are any similar equivalent type drugs on the Federal Bureau of Prisons online formulary list. If there are, then the attorney should take note and put them into the documentation for the pre-sentence interview and ensure that it gets into the pre-sentence report so that you do not have to go through a waiting period once you are incarcerated. At the same time, if there are no similar equivalents, now yet there's a problem. And so therefore, you need to go ahead and have the attorney bring this up with the court through the pre-sentence interview, then the pre-sentence report, because it may affect whether you get incarcerated or not. Our next YouTube is entitled Medical Care and the Pre-Sentence Report. Should you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm easy to reach. There's my email, phone number. Please share this should you have anyone else you feel is in need of this information. I look forward to speaking with you at a future series YouTube. Hope you have a good day.